All right. Hopefully, everyone has their affairs in order. Let's start this program.
60 days.
Six. Oh, man, I love that opening. Reminds me of the old how do you call it? The old Saturday movie on CBS. It's like it's a special thing that's going to happen. So, anyhow. Well, anyways, yeah, we are 60 days out. Thank you for joining us. What we like to do is just talk a little bit more about the race. And there's Patrick. He had I don't know some technical issues. Are you there, Patrick?
I feel like I'm here, but I don't think I left.
Oh well, no, you
anyway.
didn't really leave. Yes.
Okay, so, I've been sitting the whole time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
you've been practicing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So first off, this part of the SD Eastern States Trail Endurance Alliance family, we want to give a shout out to Eagleton 50K for a very successful race under part of the big organization, and an incredibly successful weekend for the whole Eastern States weekend. So very good job for both of those events, which are all part of the ST family.
Yeah, the RD for Eagleton, Blake, did a wonderful job, especially considering the adversity that he had to go through. We had to change the course last minute, like literally at 2 a.m. We were re-ribboning and reflagging the course because, well, part of the aid station like floated away. So we couldn't access it because of flooding. So we had to, improvise and try to make a 50K course out of 6 miles that we had to cut. So great job for Blake and also Jade Oaks for a wonderful premiere of the Eastern States weekend. A lot of great things came out of it. So that was kind of just an awesome weekend that she put together. And I know there's a lot of athletes out there that really appreciate all the work that she did. So anyhow, I guess let's talk about Ironstone. We are under 60 days.
Yes.
Yeah. Under 60 days. I guess we have a preview run coming up, right?
Yes, we do. We had one last weekend. I was joined by one rabbit. I named it Cubs. Beautiful yellow guy. Our next training run this Saturday. The details are on a Facebook event, but we're going to start in one of the sections that has much more navigation. Indian Steps, across Mid-State, down Campbell, down the snowmobile trail, across the road, back up to the Mid-State, Jackson Trail, and we're going to end all the way at aid station 7. So there's just based on my description, if you're worried about navigation and you could make it up Saturday, we'd be great to have. We'd be very, very happy to have you. We'll take care of car shuttle when we lined up in the parking lot. The only thing I ask is just if you want us to wait for you, make sure you actually either mark that you're going to the event or send a private message. If we don't hear from you, we'll just to the schedule. But if we know you're coming and you're a couple minutes late, we'll be sure to take it.
So that's we will. Hopefully you can come out to that, and I think we already have a pretty good potential field going. So it'll be great for them to show. Probably one of the more, I don't know, not confusing, but it's one of the places where we deviate from the Mid-State Trail in order to. The purpose of it is to avoid a busy highway. Instead of crossing at the top of the ridge, we want to make it safe for our runners who are going to be crossing it in the middle of the night, that they have a great line of line of sight. Yes, line of sight. And, they can cross the busy highway, even though it's like 3 a.m. And there will be usually, we have a crossing guard that is stationed there. So, anyways, so there's a couple of changes. Oh, yeah.
Just gonna say, so despite what any of our previous finishers say, we are in fact looking out for your safety.
Yes, yes. What any rumors they've heard. So, and in fact, we have some past participants and some aid station personnel and stuff like that that are going to be guests later on in the show that can talk a little bit more about what their experiences are. So, we
Yeah, on
have
the
some
note of training
changes.
runs.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
go
let
ahead.
me finish up some thoughts on training runs. So, I'm gonna do 1 or 2 training runs for Memorial Day weekend, but I'm actually gonna throw a survey out on Facebook. If people would show up for night runs, I would be happy to host those. If people would rather run in the daylight, I'll just host it then instead. So whatever survey gets the most results, and you'll have a chance to put in. It's slow miles. If you're happy in the 15ish range, cool. If you want to go for the full 20 and have longer time out there, again, I'll give you options in the survey so I can. We'll make sure Memorial Day weekend there's some options so you guys have some more travel time. If there's something like if everyone really wants to see a night run, that is exactly what I'll host. Um, we'll go from there, and then further down the road, I'm hoping to do some training runs the weekend of June 8th or 9th, and again, just depending on what people are interested in. Happy to preview the course for you and give you a good walking tour of it. So, and that
Yeah,
is it.
I
For
was.
training runs.
Yeah, what was it? During Eastern States weekend, there was an individual that said that they got a lot a lot out of the training run. I mean, not the training run, the actual race, and it said it really prepared them for the night sections in Eastern States. So that might be if you're thinking about doing Eastern States. I know it's kind of on the borderline of where you should be tapering, but if it's something that is in your cards and you can pull out a 100K a month before the Eastern States, then might be a good opportunity to use your navigation skills and get used to running in the middle of the night and be all sleep deprived and everything. So yeah. Changes. We do have a little bit of some changes, not a lot, but something that we do want to go through. What was it?
Yeah, and
I
tell us
guess the
about the
biggest
finish
change is
line.
the finish line. The finish line, what we did before is we finished at a pavilion in Greenwood Furnace State Park. And instead of going through the half of the traffic circle and out to the pavilion, we're going to force you, if you ever done Laurel Highlands, then about on the 50K, then about this. We're going to make you go around the parking lot, around the traffic circle, one lap, and then finish at the blacksmith shop. It should be a really good location for the finish. It allows spectators to actually see you go around and have all the spectators and finishers cheer and clap for you. And it also provides us some shelter if there are some storms or rain that that morning or afternoon. So yeah, we're looking forward to this new finish line, and hopefully it'll be a new and permanent addition to the race. Patrick.
Yeah. Other update. Did some scouting and used the most scientific of methods, measurements. We checked out the area around Aid Station 6, which was just a little bit of a traffic bottleneck. So we threw around some good ideas to have the traffic turn around just before the aid station action happens, which means the runners can actually make it to Indian Steps safely without dodging traffic. And the aid station volunteers who do an absolutely fantastic job have a slightly easier time. So we're hammering out the fine details of we'll let the captain decide exactly what that's going to look like, but we'll try to send you an update if we can. So there's a easier, cleaner way to get in and out of there. You don't have to worry about getting stuck in there. Don't worry about hitting runners in the dark. And so it should improve the flow of traffic of that, because definitely we want crew to have a chance to see their people there. So happy to make that smoother.
Yep. Excellent. Yep. And we have a lot of support from DCNR, the Department of Conservation Natural Resources, on helping us out, trying to, improve this aid station. And also, we got two excellent captains there that are co-captaining. There is Madeline Sell and Luke Ebling. They're both involved. In fact, Luke is the race director for the Frozen Snot, and so he knows about how to, punish and brutalize runners. So he's a perfect aid station captain at that spot. So thank you to them. Should I go about talking about more of the aid stations, Pat? I don't know if we're done about some of the changes, though.
Oh, that's good for changes, I think.
I do have a slight change, is premiering the new finisher, not the finishers award. This is the overall female and male awards. You can see they're rather huge hunk of wood. We've got the the iron furnace right there, and it's beveled to say that you are the proud first place female or male that will finish the race. And also I got the flannel for this year. This is going to be the pattern for this year. It's kind of hard to see, but there are grays and red. Now, if you know anything about tartan, it's one of those Scottish words that I have a hard time. I'm not a fan of Sean Connery because I always thought he exaggerate all his syllables, but anyway. This pattern is supposed to reflect the course. What we do is try to find a flannel that kind of fits the spirit of the race. So we have the different grays that signify the different rocks and more rocks that you'll probably see on top of the ridge line on the Mid-State Trail and the Standing Stone Trail. And we got a little bit of red. That little bit red signifies maybe some blood on the trail. So anyhow, that's the race flannel for this year. The only way that you can get this flannel is if you finish Ironstone 100K. And right now, your odds are about 55 to 50% that you will complete it, since that is the previous finishing rate for this race.
Same colored flannel for ladies and gentlemen. But we do have ladies that stuff.
Yep, because we are a Trail Sisters race. We one of the things that we want to do is to have gender specific clothing for each of the sexes. So your participant shirt and the race flannel are gender specific. Let's go back to the aid stations. We got some new aid station captains and many returning captains this year. For aid station 1, we have a prolific runner out of Pittsburgh. You've probably seen her in many races. Her name's Tracy Hanna. She has been at so many different aid stations, at so many races in the region. So it's great to have her at the aid station, the first aid station in Ironstone. Second aid station is the kind of the chairwoman, the mistress, the leader of the Altoona, PA runners. That are the local running group here in the region. They will be at Williamsport. And in fact, we had a question from someone. Will ice cream be given out again this year? Yes, we will have ice cream at Aid Station 2. It just so happens that there is an ice cream stand right along the trail at the aid station, and anyone that wants to go to the stand and have an ice cream, well, the ice cream is on us. So that's one of the weird little perks and little things that we like to do over here at Ironstone. And also, finally, Aid Station 3, we have a new captain. It's the second place female from last year, Kelly O'Connor. She is from the Philadelphia area. She is bringing a bunch of her friends to the race. And she is one of those individuals that love the race so much, but couldn't fit into her running schedule this year, that she wanted to, come back and volunteer. And so, Kelly, if you're out there, thank you so much. And thank you for helping out. As with the other aid stations, it's all returning aid station captains because they do such a damn fine job at what they want to do, and that's supporting the runners and making them ready for the trail that comes up ahead. We got Janice Hardcorn from she's been aid station captain in Eastern States and all different other races, and a volunteer coordinator at Allegheny Trail Runners. So she is returning. Aid Station 5, John Gregorczyk. He is also an aid station captain that's returning, but does some great work over at Eastern States. There is, again, I mentioned Maddie Sell and Luke Ebling, who are, race directors themselves for the Frozen Snot. Over at Aid Station 7 at the Little Fire Tower, it is Mark Lauber. He is returning as captain, and if you're familiar with Allegheny Trail Runners, he is one of the, like the VP and co-RD for many of those races. And then Lauren Sensi and Chris over at the last aid station at Alan Seeger. Well, they are going to be back at Aid Station 8. So thank you to all of them for returning. You kind of, as a race director, you kind of know that, you have something special if you have, so many different aid station captains that are willing to return and, give their time and talent for helping the runners out for those 23 hours. So thank you to all of them.
Okay, I think I have my computer working again, so sorry for anything I missed this last minute.
Oh, no. We had a nice little tour of, your living room and something that crawled behind you. We're not really sure what it was. Maybe it was a big caterpillar. No, it's not. It's Angel, the unofficial dog mascot for Ironstone. Woof. Woof. I'm actually talking to Pat. I usually talk like a normal person, human being.
She doesn't understand.
Hi, Angel. How are you doing, Angel? Fine. So, Pat, ruff, ruff. So anyway, we have some special guests on with us. I don't know. I'm just going to pick one of these people at random. No, actually, I'm just going to put all of them on stage. So, anyhow, we have Emily Flynn, who was actually a co-captain at Ironstone last 2 years at Little Flat with Mark Lauber, and she has decided to. I don't know why she decided to do this. She must love this race. She is going to be running Ironstone this year, so she is going to be towing the line. We also have Aaron Watkins from West Virginia, two-time finisher of one time. That's right.
Oh
no.
Aaron,
my apologies.
Aaron, give him a different finger.
I'm a 1-on-1.
But you do have the I don't know, the incredible achievement for 2 years ago doing the Triple Crown, the Blacklist, and Ironstone. So yeah, congratulations on that. So yeah,
Thank you.
impressive work there. And then we got Jason Tanner from Western Pennsylvania. I'm not really sure where in Western Pennsylvania Jason is. Where are
Close
you
enough.
from? Close
St.
enough.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, northern the Pennsylvania Wilds.
Yeah.
Jason was second place last year at Ironstone, but is also the second overall course record holder. So congratulations to Jason. So guys, so tell me, let's talk to Jason first. Any advice for anyone out there that is thinking about or have already signed up?
Oh, my first advice would be to start out slow. That, especially if you're, 85, 90 degrees like we had last year and the year before, that first 20 miles is pretty out in the open and you'll feel good for that first 20, but it'll catch up to you. So that was my strategy anyways, going into it, just kind of taking it easy there and saving some for later.
Very cool. Was it whenever you went into the race, I mean, how much prep work did you do in trying to figure out, okay, all right, what is this course like? What is my strategy? Because from what I've heard from a lot of people, is like this is one of those races where you really have to, have a plan put together and a strategy going through this.
Yeah, for sure. Part of the thing that I love about these events is trying to estimate my time at aid stations and see how close I land on those. So I don't know if you probably can't even see that. It's all glaring. No, you can't see it, but I had it all laid out, my estimated time to reach each aid station, and that was all based off of obviously the terrain and some of those national times and stuff. So I put a lot of research into that, partially as well because that was my first 100K, first time going that far, and I had my fiance crewing me, and she don't like staying up all night, so I had to give her a better idea of what time to meet me at a certain aid station. So that was a lot of fun seeing how that landed out. As far as other preparations, I mean, I really didn't know what I was getting into for that length, so I just ran. That was my prepping, just run.
How did your predictions work out for your aid station? Like pretty close, or?
Yeah, actually, it was really interesting because 1 through 6, I was probably within 10 minutes of each one of them. It wasn't until those last 2 that I really pulled ahead of what I had planned on. I had a predicted finish of 4:46 in the morning, which had been 14 hours and 46 minutes, and I think we finished at 4:17. So ended up being about a half an hour ahead of schedule at the end.
Yeah, you really, I don't know, laid the hammer down after leaving aid station 7. In fact, I think I was just trying to get the finish line all ready to go whenever you and Raymond Stolfus, the winner, came out of the woods and showed up at the finish line. So, I mean, yeah, to have that tremendous effort, especially with the conditions as they were. Did you experience that thunderstorm that we had in the middle of the night?
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I mean, you're up on the ridge, so obviously you can see it coming for a long time, and you're just hoping, my God, I hope I get off the top of this. 'Cause there's no protection up there. So I did just start to come down off and get into some cover before it hit, but that became a little interesting in itself because there were some pretty nasty winds with it. So you'd hear some trees crashing, and obviously your line of sight's in front of you. And so it made it a little slippery coming down off that last mountain. But and we were really pushing it. That was the other cool thing is at aid station 8, Raymond and myself and Benjamin, all 3 of us were there. So you got to figure after what's that at 58.6 miles. So after 58.6 miles and 12 and a half hours, this top three were standing shoulder to shoulder getting our goodies, but I didn't have it for Raymond. He climbed that last hill like a goat. So
Yeah, that's Raymond for you. He's been well. He had a very excellent running season last year. So yeah, he does very well in almost everything that he decides to do. So yeah. See here. Let's talk to Aaron. So Aaron, we can. This is going to be like a two-part thing. Like okay, well, what you were successful the first year, and then the last year. Well, is there a story behind it?
Yeah. First year, I was so scared of the rail trail. I trained a lot on the road and wore out a pair of road shoes training on the road. Maybe I didn't do quite as much as that leading up last year. That first section till you get to the end of the rail trail, I got through an hour faster the first year. It'll sound funny. I did follow a group and get lost on the dam in the park at the beginning last year, and like where you go and kiln and dirty kiln. People went that way. I went that way for a little bit. But no, I just had a better race. It was only a couple degrees hotter last year than it was the year before, I think, right? But it's hot on the rail trail. It is hot on the rail trail. And if you're not a road runner, it will catch up to you when you go to climb. You're like, there's nothing there if you do the first part of this race wrong. But if you just keep your mental good and treat it like very fast adventure racing up there, then it's fun. But if you did what I did last year and get all dehydrated and bummed out at Indian Steps and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes the cards aren't being shuffled the way that you wanted. So yeah, but yeah, and I know last year we were kind of thinking, even like maybe even minutes before the race, that it wasn't going to be as hot for the event, but man, right after about 1 o'clock, it seems like the skies cleared up, and there was that thick humidity that really got to a lot of people. I know there was like one runner said that whenever they got to the big climb from the Juniata River up to the top, it was like they were swimming through the air. It was so still and thick that it really, really affected them. So, yeah.
This year on that first climb, this last year, I found a trekking pole. Somebody's half abandoned trekking pole I had that I wish I had never picked up. I never ran well after I picked that thing up and used it for a second. I don't even know why, and it just never felt well. I don't even know why.
Wait. You found a trekking pole just like lying in the woods?
Yeah, on that first climb.
Oh man, I did not hear. I did not hear about this.
You couldn't tell it was cursed ahead of time.
Excuse me?
You couldn't tell ahead of time that it was cursed.
Yeah. I picked up something with that. I'm not yet registered, but I'm right there. If my next little thing, Laurel Highlands, goes awesome as it will, and I'm coming back to get up on you guys and get another fancy shirt. I don't like buying clothing. I need another dress shirt.
That's what we're here
Yeah,
for.
yeah. There's a kind of almost a cult following, as one runner was it Mike Sigich is like, run for the flannel.
For the flannel, man, that thing's nice,
Yeah.
man. This is a comfy shirt, man.
Mm-hmm. So okay, well, now we have over here Emily, who well, congratulations to Emily. She participated in Sedona this weekend and did extremely well. So kudos and congratulations to you.
Extremely well might stretch, but I finished and I didn't die. So, I mean, that's
Yeah. Yeah. Any finish is a win. So now, Emily, you were kind of like the co-captain at the little flat tower with Mark Lauber. You had a theme. I guess it was the doggone aid station or the doggy station?
nothing but dogs, just a lot of dogs.
Yeah. So, but you decided that you are running this year. Is there anything you want to like talk about? I mean, ask, Aaron or Jason, anything that you're wondering about?
I don't know. I've talked to Aaron some about it on some runs and picked his brain a bit. I guess this is less to ask, but more to say. As far as all the heat, like I know it's going to be brutal at the beginning, but we also had people in their emergency bivvies last year with that rain. So it's probably a good thing to be prepared for those night sections, especially with the thunderstorms.
Yeah, one of the requirements, and we will have them at the start, is we do require everyone to have an emergency blanket with them because, yeah, even though it's July, storm could roll in and can make things really chilly really quick. And also, if you're injured and, some places it may take a while for you to be retrieved or recovered. So, having that blanket, can come in handy.
Yeah. I guess one question would be to both of you guys is how many times did you get out on the trail prior to the race?
Out on
How many?
the Ironstone Trail?
Yeah, the course, the rocks.
Yeah, I was out that way crewing a friend of mine at World's End a couple weeks prior, so I managed to get up there and see about 5 miles of the rock, and that's when I realized it was all rock. But that was all my exposure to it. I went up and down Rainbow Trail, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, if you're only going to see one section, that'll get you ready for anything.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows trail.
It is not.
So, and I mean, sometimes, there are participants that really surprise you. I mean, I always kind of snark, to myself at some of the flatlanders that, sign up for the race. But I mean, we had, a lot of individuals, from, New Jersey, Philadelphia. We had one finisher that did very, very well from Florida. And he said the only training that he had was going up over a bridge over and over and over that was only like about 20 feet off of the, off of sea level. So, there's a thing that can be said with, just fortitude and, just sticking to it and, giving everything that you have physically and mentally.
If you do want to see the course, reach out specifically. We will cater a training run or a preview or even a short thing to your schedule.
I plan to be in there the 15th, and I already have some folks that might be interested in as well of June.
Noted. Cool.
Yeah, we had some future participants out there a couple weeks ago, because they wanted to see what it was like, and we were getting reports on we were keeping track of them and see how they were progressing, and they said they were very happy that they were able to see what they saw. So yeah. If anyone out there has any questions or whatnot, there's I don't know if it's over here, but anyhow, there's the chat, the comment section over at YouTube that you can add your question in, and we'll get it answered. We got Yay Tracy. Ashley Yeager says yay. So anyhow, so yeah, we didn't want this to be a long presentation, and we also didn't want to get into the specifics of the race, because we need to save that for the race briefing. So what we'll do is go around. If any, we'll go around, see what last words everybody has, and then we will wrap it up. We did have a question, and this is Grace. Grace wants to know how many pickles will be at the race. Maybe we might have somebody in a pickle costume just for her. So
Grace, we will have the perfect amount of pickles.
Yes, the perfect whatever that would be, and she's specifying if there's going to be pickled onions. I know that's a thing with her. Grace is part of the duo for the Running Mullet, along with Eric Kosick. So thanks for you guys being there. Someone, Greg Hood, who did the race the first year and is coming back for the third year, wants to know what beers will be on tap at the finish. It'll be either one of two local breweries that we're talking to that are here in Altoona. Yeah, there will be beer. And like with all the previous races, it's on us. So, yeah. Hopefully you come out and enjoy, the beer. We've got coffee, and also D&D Family Farms will be there serving hot dogs, hamburgers, and other type of stuff, and we'll have vegan meals as well. So yeah, what we like to do is really celebrate everyone's accomplishment and achievement at the end of the race. So so that was it. So really quickly, no, we're not going to talk about Ashley's comment here.
That's Ben's department. So
yeah,
if you want a finish line hug, go to Ben Mazer.
Yeah,
the others.
Yeah, if you want the most awkward hug possible, then yeah, I freeze up. So yeah. Anyhow, just last words, last comments. Just go around. Jason, any last comments?
Yeah. So poles. If you're wondering about poles, if I had to run the whole thing without a crew, I would not take poles. There's too much opportunity to fall and stab yourself while you're crossing all those rocks.
And if you like, what, 13 hours of clickety clack.
Yeah,
that
I mean, when you're on those rocks, there's no place to place them; they're just sliding. So I did use poles. I picked them up at aid station 4 and then dropped them back off at the next aid station, and then picked them up again at the final aid station for that last climb. But if you don't have somebody crewing you, if I didn't have somebody crewing me, I wouldn't take poles. Don't drink a 20-ounce Pepsi at Indian Steps and then think you're going to take off up the. That's my late race thing: Pepsi and watermelon. That hurts, and At some point, you will be questioning God if rocks ever end, and I will tell you that they do eventually end about a mile from the finish.
Yes, just like I planned. I'm trying to get it like an evil goatee for the race. That'll be ready. So we'll see if that grows in a little bit further. So yeah, we've got one person wondering, oh gee, did someone say rocks? So yeah, they just signed up. And our suggestion with any of our races is please read the course description. Please look at these videos. Look at the website. We will have a race briefing online, prior to the race. Make sure you have all the information of who, what, when, and you'll be thinking to yourself, why? But make sure you really know what you're getting into, and reading these course descriptions, and we're studying the maps, the cutoff times, and everything, because there's always those that enter the race that go into it blind, and it kind of, as our race directors, it kind of frustrates us when people don't really read any of that. So yeah, I mean, all this information, the website, social media, and everything, that's for your benefit. We don't really need to do it, but we want you to have a successful race. So yeah, please review it as much as possible.
A new pet project I'm working on. As I go out doing my own training and preview runs, I'm throwing a few more just navigation videos. Now, I'll be recording in the daylight, regardless of when you find yourselves out there. But you're going to see a series of a few more videos just walking through, like, oh, hey, at this road, I'm going to turn this way and go down towards this trail. So I'll keep a slow trickle of those coming up before the race.
Yep. Greg does not like cowbells, so I'll make sure there be plenty of them just for him.
We promise, Greg, there will be less cowbells than there will be rocks.
Very true. Going around real quick, another comment. Aaron, what says you?
Jason, I never met you. That was an awesome run. Badass. Emily, I'm excited for you. Come to run. I'll be back. And there ain't 40 miles of trail like that, you know what I mean? And it's rough, but if you stay mentally in there, like, even there's enough time, even middle of the back of the pack or anybody, you know what I mean, you can get it done. I mean, it's a little bit of running at the front, and then just, you don't get discouraged, you get it done. And that's about it.
Okay. All right. Well, Emily, final thoughts.
I'm just excited for some suffering and knowing it can't go beyond 23 hours.
That's true indeed. So, all right. Well, let's wrap this up. Patrick, anything we want to leave with? There's the reminder about the upcoming runs. And we are also having a couple of trail work days that are coming up in the end of June. Hopefully, not only do you have the opportunity to help us out and clear the trail along with the Mid-State Trail Association, but also we have it set up that there are shifts available, and depending on what shift you choose, you have the ability to, do a run, after or before your shift, and explore some of the course. So, yeah, hopefully we get a lot of people to come out for that. And thank you to the Mid-State Trail Association and the Standing Stone Trail Club for being great stewards of the trail and helping us out along through the entire way. So, kudos to them.
So I'm a big proponent. There is no success without service. Doesn't have to be our trail days specifically, but if you want your races to go well, I hope you're helping other people out. Go sweep, go proof, go volunteer at aid station, go clean a trail. You can help our stuff as much as you want, but go help someone somewhere and earn your success at your own races.
All right. Excellent. So, well, I'm going to leave you with one thing, and it's a question to Pat. He was on a run up on the course, this past week, and I was asking him about, there was this one section of trail that, he used to go over these rocks, and now it kind of goes into this, more of a, I don't know, soft area where there is, pines and nice soft pine needles. And I was wondering if we should just call that section the bypass. So anyhow, thank you for joining us. And we will have a online video whenever we do the trail race briefing prior to the race. So everyone, thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.